There is a lot of also now, we see it on social media where there are these measurements
I
that
hate
people
it.
have for faces,
I
saying this
hate
is
it.
where your eyebrows should be, this is where your cheekbone should be, this is where your lips should be.
Imagine.
And that's the perfect face. And now everyone has the same face, or everyone ideally should have the same face.
Will
What's your
all be.
response to that?
Elon Musk derived. What is he doing now? Some robots he's doing, right? So all of us will be like that, walking one day exactly met to the measurement.
Yeah.
No, I hate that. I've never used those calipers which they're using to measure. I've never sat and said, this is the measurement that we need to do. You know, there are companies who also teach you to say, point injections like this. Everybody's face, we will do this point, 3 point here, 4 point here. I'm like, no. I've in fact lost huge amount of teaching assignments, which pays us millions of dollars because I refuse to teach that way.
Okay.
So it's not. How would you want to template? Like, I love your eyes. I love your mouth, your smile. You have lovely eyebrows, which naturally all of us Mangaloreans have an arch. So I'm like, imagine if I were to measure it all and bring it to something. Where is you then?
Yeah.
Where's how do you find you attractive or she not attractive? I'm not saying not attractive, sorry. She differently attractive. Her eyes attractive, your smile attractive, her nose attractive. How would you even differentiate, isn't it? You take away that spark from someone's face.
Yeah. And I think that, as young people, when we are teenagers, we'll all have portions of your face or your body that you dislike, right? You're like, oh my God, I don't like my nose. I don't like my eyebrows. I remember I used to be teased about the fact that I had a very large nose.
Really?
Yeah. Or maybe I grew into this. Grew
Yes, grew to match the nose.
and it was really it's my dad's nose. My dad has the same nose, and now my son has the same nose.
Oh.
And I was looking at him the other day and saying, I can no longer hate my nose,
Yeah.
because then I'd also have to hate his nose.
My God.
Because
so
you're
beautifully
passing on
said.
that insecurity, because and when you go in and change portions of your face, then
What are you telling your son?
what are you telling your child? Are you saying that, hey, there are
I
portions
don't
of
like
your
you. Wait
face
for you to grow up. I'll change that also.
yeah, or for whatever. I just
In his
feel
head,
that,
that's what he'll be thinking,
I feel
right?
that these insecurities that we have of our genetic details will then
well put. Faye,
Yeah.
love you. So, I mean, I could never put it like this.
Yes.
You put it so well. Ethnically, genetically, we have certain things which make us us
yes,
and which make us special. And I think we should wear them with pride. I am not saying, if you have this, there's so much variation. Obviously, not all Mangaloreans have aquiline nose or features.
Yes.
Some of us do have it differently. You want to address it, something which is absolutely sticking out on your face, of course, go ahead and do it. And when you want to do it, like I said, seek the right expert. But not everything has to fit to a measurement. That is all is what we are trying to say. Like how you said, your face grew into your nose and now the nose doesn't look so big. A lot of times young kids come to me and say, my cheeks are too full. And I keep telling them, you're young. That is why the cheek here is full. That's a chubby cheek of a child. Your upper cheekbone is not emerged out of that face yet. Hold on. You grow fully. That will emerge out and this will then automatically look slimmer. That baby chub will go. And they'll say, oh, my jawline is not as sharp. No, because you're still a baby. Let that go. The jawline will emerge out of that face. It'll come. Wait. So that's exactly when you said, my face grew into my nose. It'll grow into something. So till around 20, 25, maybe even 30, and you come to your ideal weight, allow it to all set in. And then see if you really need huge manipulations. But yes, ethnically, for example, as Indians, we have an under eye area which is more retrusive. We have chin, which we call it as micrognathia, and retrognathia, which means it's a little behind and small.
Yeah.
Than probably a Western face would be with a more robust jawline and big chin.
and
yeah,
cheekbones.
strong chin and strong chin.
I mean, we're from Karnataka. We'd call it tatte idli, which is like
Round and
a
flat.
big round flat idli. This is what it is. Take it and go and draw on it.
Yeah.
So I still always joke about the fact that that the face that a child makes, right?
Yeah.
Just round, two eyes,
Two
one
eyes, one
nose.
nose,
So
yeah.
that's my face.
Full bone face.
Which
face.
I think it was Maya Angelou, who's an American poet, was an American poet, we've lost her now, who used to say that when you walk into a room, walk in with a straight back because you're taking all your ancestors with you.
Yeah.
All the fight of your ancestors, all the power of your ancestors you're taking with you. And I see in our genetics, you're carrying your ancestors with you. You're carrying their history, you're carrying their genetics, you're carrying their fight and their power with you. And so there's a lot of power in that you will then pass on to your children. And there is a need to sort of acknowledge, to, you know, to love it, to you know, to be real about
like,
it.
you know, of course, my favorite person on all earth is my papa. No, Uppu, you're my favoritist. That's my daughter.
That's your daughter, yes.
Yeah. But now when I walk in somewhere and they say, oh my God, you look exactly like Rai uncle, Rai Baba, Rai. You know, as a maiden, I'm Rai and Papa is Mr. Rai, S.N. Rai. I feel so much joy and pride. And I'm thinking, had I altered things and nobody recognized me, how it would be.